Epilogue. 6 months later. Mia. Marco, come on back, babe. Nathan just got here and is ready to start up the grill. He says he'll start without you if you're not back in 2 minutes. I say over the phone. Nathan gives me the thumbs up sign and starts laying out trays of skewered food. They've started a tradition for grilling that includes a minute-long handshake and complaining about each other's marinades until they start. Apparently, they did this the first time they grilled together, and it was delicious, so they have to do it every time now. Firefighters and their superstitions.
You better not. I just need to find the tequila bottle.
You brought that over last night.
I mean the beer bottles. There were more in the pantry. I'll see you soon.
That was odd. I'm looking at the beer bottles in the cooler right now. He's been so distracted today. After 6 months of living together at my place and using his house as a glorified storage, we're finally having a house party for the whole family. They've been trickling in since noon, but now everyone is here and it's time to get them fed. Nothing like fresh off the grill skewers and oysters. We've had small cookouts before. My yard isn't that big and the intimate gatherings make it easy to keep the conversations flowing, but Marco insisted on having absolutely everyone we know over for this party. Now here we are with a packed backyard and no Marco. I greet my parents and set them up on a long picnic-style table with all the titas and titos in the backyard. I wanted to make sure they had seating as soon as they arrived and have been shooing off my younger cousins from it all day. Respect, y'all. Anak, fix your hair, my mom says, patting down my flyaways. It's a losing battle with my thick mane, and we both know it. I stand there getting looked over for the obligatory mom check, and then hold her arms and say, Mom, I'm good. Try the cocktail I made. I added a bit of calamansi. My mom's been acting weird this morning, too. She loves giving me samples and new things to try. Gift-giving is her love language for sure. But she slipped me a lipstick to try as soon as she got here, and then she tried putting nail polish on my fingers, and now with a hair check. What is with everyone today? She keeps pushing down my pesky stray strands, but I give her a cheek kiss and step away to say hi to Josie. Hey girl, what'd you bring? I point at her tinfoil-covered tray laid on top of her palms. Barbecue skewers. Nathan said he had the best in town, but you know that's a lie, she says, scanning the room for him. Y'all still at it with the competing on everything? These two make everything a race. It's ridiculous. Today it's the barbecue, last week was who could make the best coffee art, and the week before that it was who had the better smelling roses in their backyard. What is with these two? It's not a competition when mine are in fact better, she says, leaving me alone to stomp towards him by the grill. Nathan Lee, don't you dare start up the grill without these! I look over at Nathan, and the glare from the sun has me seeing things. Before he throws his retort back, it looked like he was smiling. I must be dehydrated. I walk to the back to get water and see Marco standing on a cooler by the fence separating our yards. Spotting me, he waves me over and pulls me on top of it with him.
Hey everyone!
He yells over the crowd. Considerate as ever, Darren is already turning off the music and calling out for the people in the back to look over. Now Marco has everyone's attention. What's this boy doing?
Thanks for coming to our first big party.
The backyard crew hollers and claps and is staring at us both snug on the box.
Before we get started with the grill, Nathan,
he says, pointing at him across the yard, eagerly waiting with an apron on. I'm waiting too, Josie hollers. You two better not put any on. Everyone laughs and does a double take across the yard.
Before grilling, I have a surprise for my Mia,
he says tenderly, looking at me. Now everyone says aw together like we're on a game show and they saw the flashing cue sign to play along.
Mia has been the best thing that's happened to me, even if she welcomed me to the neighborhood with a face full of freezing water.
Everyone knows our meet cute by now, and it's never not funny to hear him talk about it.
Mia, I love you. Being with you for the last 6 months has been the best part of my life. And waking up next to you is the best part of every day.
What? You live together? Josie calls out in mock surprise. Even though we all know, we don't talk about it openly among my older family members in true repressed Asian tradition. I'm glad we're all laughing, because as much as I'm vibrating from the anticipation of what he's about to ask me, I'm also ready to scream out yes.
My surprise is over there behind the ivy.
He steps off the cooler and assists my step before walking me over to our shared fence. Okay, not what I was expecting. He pulls a latch I've never seen before, and it opens up a makeshift door to his yard. Whoa, that's so cool. Now we don't have to walk around the entire block to visit each other's houses. It'll make all of our small errands that much easier. He holds it open to let me walk through first, and now I'm in his yard and looking at the back of his house that suddenly has my full attention. Written in big block letters on his glass sliding door is,
Mia, will you please marry me?
I quickly turn around to see him on one knee, holding a ring with different colored crystals all the way around it. Everyone hasn't picked up on what's happening, and it's just me and him in his yard. I kneel on the ground with him in shock. Now, just to me, he whispers directly into my ear.
Mia, I don't want to spend another minute not being your husband. I want to share everything with you. My life, my home, and my purpose are all yours. I love you so much. Will you please marry me?
I thought I'd shout it out to the world, but instead I lean in and say yes directly to him while gazing into his eyes. I'm ready for this next phase of our lives and can't wait to write the rest of our own constellation-worthy story with him.
Get the next short story. Pick up the next story in the Firefighters of Jacaranda Bay, right where this one leaves off. She thought he hated her. He can't think of anyone else. If the only way to get her attention is to fire up her competitive edge, he's got to keep provoking her, right? When there's a thin line between love and hate, can Nathan clear up the distinction before he loses Josie for good? Josie and Nathan's story is coming soon. Available now is Never Ever Not Yours, a celebrity second-chance romance also set in Jacaranda Bay. It's the first in another series set in your favorite small town, the Unbuttoned Alpha Male series.